r/AskReddit by LaughWithMEmes. What is your strongest held opinion? My strongest held opinion is that we do not value humility enough. All of us, each and every one, are flawed and ignorant and speak beyond what we should because of our own bias on a regular basis. Too often we argue things or double down on things we are not properly informed about or have our judgment compromised by our own biases on, and it only hurts all of us. Edit. Oh wow, this blew up overnight. Thanks for the gilding, and I'm glad to see this comment be valued. I wish you all the best, stay humble my friends. Yes, and real humility is incredibly freeing in the fleeting moments we experience it. People make all kinds of terrible decisions and miss out on all kinds of wonderful opportunities because they are terrified of being wrong or looking foolish. And they get horribly stuck in their lives because they can't face the possibility that they were wrong. Be wrong. Admit it, even if it's only to yourself. Cry or laugh. Move on. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, understand their circumstance, then judge. Add on, if someone is doing something that literally does not affect you or anyone else, leave them the FCK alone. Before you judge someone, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you're done judging them, you're a mile away and you have their shoes, jack handy. Trash doesn't belong on the ground, find a trash can. I don't get how people can do that, just put it somewhere until you find a trash can. What I don't understand is people not putting the cart back into the little corral at the grocery store. You just fucking hold it through the damn store for a half hour. How hard is it to move it 10 more feet into a corral? I would rather be excluded for who I include than included for who I exclude. That is the dilemma of high school in a nutshell. Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you're right and I'm wrong. The true question is whether people change their minds on that statement as they get older. That most people don't deserve a driver's license. Yeah, I think I'm a shitty driver, but the drivers on the roads are even shitter than me. What the FCK? That this toothpaste should not be recommended. Those other 9 dentists can go suck it. Ah, found the 10th dentist. 10th dentist could be a funny phrase for saying you disagree with most of the people you would normally agree with. Can we rename r/unpopular opinion to r/the 10th dentist? Sidewalk is for regular walking, not fancy walking. What about silly walking? That's far too complicated to go into here. They've got an entire ministry for that. Hold it. Hold it. Right there. This conversation is getting much too silly. MLM companies should be banned. Basically, it should be illegal to require employees to invest or pay into their employment by owing the company money before they begin working. If it's required to do your job, the company pays for it and they make an investment in you. Right. I've seen a few people get sucked in by these schemes and lose a lot, if not everything. It pisses me off. Just because you disagree with / dislike someone doesn't mean they deserve to be treated poorly. My mom has a similar saying, you can dislike things, don't be a dick about the things you don't like. Always strive for improvement in physical condition, intelligence, and the lives of those around you. Since the beginning is 2019, I've gone back to school, I'm 42, I'm losing weight, 84 pounds so far, and my fiancée is pregnant, about 5 weeks, it'll be our first one for both. Let's just say that not only do I believe in what you said, but I've also decided to act on it on a daily basis from now on. We have one life to live. Make the most out of it. I've still got a lot of work in front of me to be half the man I wish I'll become, but I'm already so far ahead of the lazy, out of shape and resentful salesman I was a few months ago. Being educated does not mean you're intelligent. If I learned anything in college, it was this. I have 2 college degrees, and I met plenty of stupid people while I was there, including some professors. Not everyone was stupid obviously, but it was definitely more than a few. I've also met plenty of people who have never set foot inside of a university that were significantly smarter than me. The owl is no wiser than any other bird, but he specializes in the night. The red-tailed rides the thermals better than any hummingbird who beat wind. Meanwhile, the carrion birds gather about that which no other will eat. We are specialists and we are generalists, and we are all subject to our nature. Everyone's an idiot, some more than others. I declare myself king of the idiots. And who are you, that I must bow so low? Only a cat of different coat, that's all the truth I know. Turn signals matter. Or as my people say, use your kindling cap. Edits, thanks for the gold and silver. Tilbastonians, massholes and Australians have more in common than I had previously realized. During late 2018 and early 2019 there was a huge undercover Reddit marketing campaign by bidet manufacturers to sell more bidets. This ended when a comment once joked about how there had to be some sort of bidet conspiracy theory because they were seeing so many posts praising them. Think back, I guarantee that you've noticed how many comments like I love my bidet and it changed my life and I could never go back you've seen here on Reddit a while back. You couldn't throw a rock in a thread without calling in the bidet praise squad. But since that one joke about it being a conspiracy, they all just vanished overnight. My guess. Big bidet flew too close to the sun and got spooked, and without that sweet cash flow, Redditors didn't have any more incentive to talk about bidets, which is why you don't see any more comments about it. There is no war in basing SE. Big bidet, I'm still seeing those. If you got shit on your arm, would you just wipe it off with paper posts? I think Big bidet is still out there, quietly testing the waters so to speak, and waiting for the right time to flood all the comments. The school system is broken. I still cannot fucking believe they somehow make history boring. It took me until 2 years into college to actually look shit up on my own, and I was blown away. It's the greatest story ever told, and they reduce it down to the most dull and meaningless crap. Ken Burns' documentaries should just be required viewing in high schools. I always use ancient Rome as an example of this. Actual history, insane politics and incredible warfare, leading to one of the largest empires the planet has seen. School books, and this is what they called the sitting room. Libraries are absolutely vital public services, and politicians who attempt to bleed them dry through slow cuts to funding are depriving their communities of a fundamental good. The number of people who are reliant on libraries for just internet access is really amazing. I almost always see most of the computers full. If you only get your information from one source, you aren't informed. And getting it from multiple sources can still mean you aren't informed. It's the quality of the sources, not the quantity. Exactly, but looking for different perspectives on a story from all kinds of sources should be one of the most important steps in finding the truth, or getting closer to it, in today's journalism sphere. It can happen here. Doesn't matter much what it is, or how long ago it happened last. People are still people, we just have fancier toys now. It can happen again and it can happen here. Plan accordingly. And it can be anything from a natural disaster to a terrorist attack, mass shooting to the rise of a brutal authoritarian regime. It's all happened before, and it can all happen again. This is why I think studying history is so important. You learn what happened, how people reacted, and how well it worked out for them. Songs with sirens in them shouldn't be played on the damn radio. Yes, and furthermore, radio ads shouldn't be allowed to have honking horns in them. Edit, my first gilding. I'm actually not sure it's still gilding if only silver. Also apparently I'm Larry David. Ha. I need to watch more Curb Your Enthusiasm and find this episode now. Sometimes the bad guy has a point, even if he's still the bad guy. That's what makes the best villains. The best villain shouldn't have evil logic, just evil methods. If you look down on and/or mistreat waitstaff, janitors, retail workers, etc., you are an awful person regardless of anything else. The amount of people who simultaneously demand a service and then denigrate the people who provide it is too damn high. Sexual assault charges, including molestation, sodomy, and child sex charges, as well as human trafficking and child porn, should carry heavier sentences than drug charges. It's BS that people who have actually changed their lives and haven't been around the drug lifestyle for years can't even get a decent job because of a record in the societal view of it due to the government money machine war on drugs. It should be a no-brainer that a dad raping their kid should carry heavier sentences than some kid doing weed. But they don't, which is fucking stupid. Edit, to clarify, my example is an extreme one, though not by much, sadly. Please like and subscribe for more. This is Laugh with Memes. Goodbye.